Hello guys, in this video tutorial we want to complete this test input. So we are looking at this multi-line. Okay, this multi-line is used to input data that requires tests that will pass more than a line of bunch of tests or a line of sentence. Maybe when you want somebody to write a cover letter or something that needs a whole lot of text or an essay or whatever, and you want to capture those data and submit it to the database or use it for something else, that's the time we call for multi-line. Okay, so back to what we have been doing before. Coming back to this place, these are the forms we created in our previous video. So here I want to start for the one of multi-line. So let me just categorize this. Coming back to this place again. Okay, let me just use a header here. Let me call it header 3. Let me say single line, right? Okay, so let me here cancel this sheet. Okay, header 3. Let me say multi-line. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, you see what we have. This is for the single line. This is now I want to start for the one of multi-line. Okay, multi-line will make use of what we call test area, right? Test area. Let me just clear all this. This guy just helped me with it. Visual Studio Code. Okay, this is the test area. Test area is a multi-line, right? In test area, let me refresh. You see what I have? Okay, let me break line so that this register will come down here. After my test area, let me just break line. Okay, I just break line. Let me just make it look neat. Okay, that's my code again. This is multi-line. Multi-line here is that I can type. You see, I am typing in more than 2 lines. If I drag this like this, you notice that I can hit enter and I'll keep on typing. You see, it's a multi-line. I can equally write an essay here or whatever thing. Okay, this multi-line makes use of columns and row. I can say columns. You know about columns now when we learn about table. I can select the columns be 150. Okay, 150 PS, and let the rows, that's the number of lines now, let it be 10, right? Let me refresh and see what we have. See what we have. This is 10. This is 150, right? Or I can just say number of tests. Let me say let the number of tests be 50 in a column. Column 50, row 10. If I refresh, see I have 50 and 10. Okay, so coming back here, let me say column, I want you to be 100. Row, I want you to be 100 as well. Okay, I refresh. See what I have. This is 100. This is 100. Okay, so I want to reduce this row. Let me call this row. Let me say 25. So you have seen the function of column and row in the multi-line test. Okay, whereby we type here. Maybe we want to write a letter. We say dear HTML. Okay, comma, we hit enter. How are you today? Yes, the text might be tiny, yes, but in C we can use CSS to increase the text. You understand? Make it look more sweet. Even use CSS to determine this width, that is the column, and the height. In CSS, you just write width and height instead of memorizing column and rows. You understand? This is for the text area. Now, any data that you want to be inside the text area goes in between these text. If you notice, you see that this text area is a double tag, right? So if I want to fill something here for the user, what I have to do is to put it here. Okay, I will say, hello user, clear this and start typing. Okay, automatically I am filling this inside this text area, and if the user submitted, this data here will be submitted, right? Unless the user clear it and type his or her own. Okay, let me refresh. You see that I have filled something here for the user. User can type more and user can clean it. Yes, text area equally makes use of a placeholder. But if you really want to use a placeholder, one is that make sure that you didn't type anything in between here, and make sure that this text area closing tag comes in line with this, no space. Just make sure that you didn't give any space between the opening tag and the text area. You can now write your placeholder. Anything different from this placeholder might not work. Okay, let me say write cover letter, let me say write cover letter, right? Okay, that is the placeholder. If I refresh, you see we have the placeholder. Once I write placeholder goes. But assuming I give a space, maybe I do something like this, placeholder will not work. The reason is because computer will be saying that you have filled something in between this, and you know that whenever you fill something, placeholder goes out. He will see that you have filled just a space, and you know that a space is a data for computer, so it will see that you fill a space. Because there is a space, this is what you have actually filled between this and this. So since you have filled something here, this placeholder will not show. Let's refresh and see. You see, actually we are not seeing the placeholder. So make sure that you didn't fill anything for the user by closing this tag directly with this. Don't give any damn space. Any little space you give, computer will see that there is a data between the text area. So make sure you didn't fill any space so that computer will notice that this text area is empty and placeholder will start showing. You know that placeholder only shows when the value is empty, like this is empty. That's why we are seeing placeholder. This is empty now. We are now seeing placeholder. Okay. Text area equally makes use of name. Like I said, it makes use of name. And I think I don't know whether it makes use of mass length, but let me just check. Let me say the mass length is 5. Okay, let me just check. No, I don't really know whether it makes use of the mass length or min length. Okay, so let me type something. You see, I can type more than 5, so it does not actually make use of the maximum length and the minimum length. So someone may ask, what about if I want the person to write not more than 200 words? You can use PHP, the backend guides, or you can equally use JavaScript to go through what is being put inside this place and check whether it is more than 150. If it is more than 150, you will now notify the user that you are not going to submit this because it is more than 150, right? Or if it's below. So you can use JavaScript or PHP to checkmate it. HTML doesn't have that capability. Even CSS doesn't have of checking the number of words or the number of letters inside this text area. I think that's all we have for test area. Thank you so much.